Yes, boys, it is day 44 of building an e-commerce brand from scratch. I'm Nathan. You've probably been following this series. If you have not been in the e-commerce game for a while now, and I'm basically giving a full raw documentary of going to 0 to hopefully 10 mil in sales with this e-commerce brand. It's a brand I've been wanting to do for a long time. It's a passion of mine, and I'm super excited to get into it. Loads of progress has been made. Obviously, we haven't even got any sales yet, but processing the back end and launching. The value in this series is probably, I don't know, if you are in the position where you want to start a brand or you want to start dropshipping, this has value for you. If you're wondering why do you want to listen to me, I've built and exited a dropshipping brand. I've been in the game for a while, and yeah, these are really just raw logs. As you can see right now, I'm somewhere. I don't know what the lighting looks like on the camera because the light's all funny and I haven't got any lights, so I apologise for that. So if you can't see my face, I don't really know how it looks, but it looks pretty dark on me because the light's super bright. But yeah, we are in a massive villa, and we just use this to get away for the weekend. It's always good to recharge on the weekend. That's pretty much what we're doing at the moment. Obviously, I'm filming a video, but it doesn't take too much effort, and I want to do these logs. So yeah, I got some drone clips. Let's roll those real quick so we can look at the villa. So let's get into what has happened so far with getting this e-commerce brand launched. Remember, this is custom products, buying stock, designing our own products, so it's taken quite a while. Currently we're on day 44. Chinese New Year is finishing tomorrow for our suppliers, so as of tomorrow we can really get the kicks into gear, if that's the saying for it, and start launching ads, scaling, like order in bulk, etc. Also, I'm a bit hungover, so I don't know how this is going to go. I need to get the brain on point. Right, I've got this Google Doc here. I've written out a Google Doc, and I'm going to go over what has happened since our last video. So, hopefully that's a bit windy now. Suddenly it's all windy when I started making a video, so hopefully it doesn't pick up on the mic. So last video I was talking about how I spent $1.2 thousand on a domain for this brand because I wanted this name because it fits the brand name, etc. So obviously in your position you don't need to do that. But yeah, it's not come through yet. We actually got declined the first time, and we've put another claim in and we're trying again. So this is for an Instagram name. So by the looks of it, realistically, we're not going to get it with this guy anyway. So he said he would refund me if we don't get it. And then the next step after that, if we don't get it, would be to try with someone else. So let's see. Hopefully it comes through. Fingers crossed, because I do really want that Instagram name. So other things that happened is we were looking to work with James and James Fulfillment for a fulfillment center because we're not drop shipping, we're ordering stock, so we need someone to ship things. They declined us. They didn't want to work with us because we're a new store. So how I got around that is they actually approved us in the end. Basically what I did is I gave them my tax accounts and P&Ls from my last e-commerce brand. And basically like, look, we're serious, we've been in the game, we have cash investment. We're not just some 18-year-old launching a little store wanting fulfillment. Like, this is serious. And they approved us because we had our accounts, tax documents, etc. But by the looks of it, James and James Fulfillment are a more expensive option out there, but they have some big brands working for them. So to me, that seems like a good testimonial. Even if they're more expensive, if the bigger brands are using them, it must be worth the while, otherwise they'll be using someone else. So at scale, it's definitely worth it. But yeah, we're just going to go with them anyway. To start off, obviously, if the pricing doesn't work out, we'll change. It's definitely doable. But to start off, we're going to go with them, and if it works out and everything's smooth and their fulfillment and service is good, then yeah, we'll definitely be using them. So the pricing for fulfillment centers. So we are going to start the store in the USA because the USA is the biggest market. It's got the least tax compared to the European markets. Like VAT only has sales tax, which is 5%. So yeah, we're attacking the USA, and with James and James, we can get 1 to 5 days shipping for a net pricing around $9 per order. Sounds like quite a lot. Probably is. Probably other places are probably like 5 to 6 for this. But this includes import handling, pick and pack, and shipping costs, so everything. Doesn't include returns, so let's say we have returns, that'll be extra. But yeah, around $9 per item per order, which leaves us with a 77% gross margin, which is still good. So 77% gross margin is good. Obviously, we'll probably plan to increase the prices as well once we establish a brand and we've got sales and cash flow, and we can get that margin to around 80% gross margin, which is good. 70 to 90%, obviously 90% is pretty hard to get, but 70 to 80% is the gross margin you want to get decent profit margins in e-commerce. Obviously, you can't just keep charging higher prices. It's got to fit the market range. But yeah, 77% gross margin is in the range, and it will work for now, and it's a good gross margin. And again, like I said before, I'm just reading from my Google Doc at the moment. There were cheaper options for fulfillment, but yeah, like I said, big players are using them in our niche, and we would like to go with them personally. So we'll test them out. So another big thing that we did, and this is vital to get things moving and sales across, is we did our first photo and video shoot. So what we did is, I know a guy, he's been doing photos, and I basically just gave the role for him. So I was like, yo bro, can you find models? Can you find a videographer? Can you organise and manage this shoot? And he offered me £2,000, which is obviously quite a lot. I think in the fashion industry it's not quite a lot, but it's the most I've ever paid for a shoot. Usually for my old brand it would be like £1,000 for a day's shoot for a location, which I think is fair. Obviously this was on the higher end, but it sort of had to be done for convenience, etc. But I managed to get the most out of it. So for the £2,000 that I spent on the shoot, I'll explain what I got included. So we did 4 shoot locations. 4 shoot locations. So it's pretty much 4 shoots in one. We had 2 models, and we had photos and videos all shot on one day. So 4 locations is super important. So we basically had 4 different shoots at the price of one. So that's basically £500 per shoot. So it works out decent. And this should cover product images for the product pages, lifestyle content for the Instagram, website, etc. And we had all the videos we needed for ads, website and Instagram and Reels and TikToks for a long time. So this shoot I think was worth it. Yeah, we could have done it cheaper if I wanted to organize it myself, but again, I'm really after like speed and convenience right now. So what are the next steps? At the moment we're in a decent position. Obviously Chinese New Year's coming, and things are looking sweet. The next steps really do need to be done quickly. I have been slacking, I can't lie. Had some things going on past 2 weeks. I haven't really been dialed in. We're sorting that out now. So hopefully this week we're back on track. Obviously this happens. I'm not going to be 100% workhorse like all the time. Things can happen, things can pop up. And as they did, slowed us down for 2 weeks. But obviously I would like to be further right now, but that's just where we're at. So looking at the next steps, what is like the next thing to do? So tomorrow ends Chinese New Year for my supplier. So what I'm going to be doing is going to be doing a stock count. I'm going to be ordering more stock. I'm going to be finding a manufacturer and ordering the stock for all the products we have. I'm going to be shipping the first batch of goods to the fulfillment center, which is like 300 units. It's literally nothing. Then I'm going to be this week designing a brand new catalog of like 8 products, which I'll be designing with the manufacturer, getting made and finished. Once that's been done, I'm going to be making ads with all the content that's been made. I'm going to be building and finishing the website, like the first draft of it, and hopefully soft launch in the next 3 to 4 weeks, and get everything going. Literally going to be launching at super low scale, just get revenue and sales in, and go from there. So what is the total amount of money I've spent so far in 44 days with not even launching an ad? So I calculated $8,500. Within that, I've got $2,000 worth of stock. I had done a £2,000 photo shoot. Here's the other things that I didn't need to spend money on. IG domain 1.2k, and then website domain was $2,500. So that's nearly $4,000 I didn't need to spend. So I could have spent 4k, 5k. And then the photo shoot, if you were starting off, you could have just done it yourself or hired someone way cheaper. So again, I've spent money on the higher side, but it's okay for me because I haven't even touched my investment funds yet. So ideally I want to put around 50k in this business to start, but I haven't done that yet. I've basically just been using the cash flow from my other businesses. So I haven't even touched the investment funds. All the money has been coming from my other businesses. So theoretically, I'm at £0. I've just been touching my disposable income, so I'm not at a loss, I'm not at a profit, I'm just spending my cash flow, which to me in my eyes is sort of like not spending any money. So yeah, to me, we're in a good position. Once I put the 50k in the bank, obviously I'll add this previous cost on, but once the 50k is in the bank, I'm going to do that when we start launching ads and everything's like legit and set up. At that position, I'll start tracking the profit and loss in the business. Obviously I'll backtrack the 8.5k as well. But yeah, that's where we're currently at. 3 to 4 weeks launch, hopefully things go well, and yeah, hopefully we can build this 8-figure brand. Obviously it's going to take 2 to 3 years at least to start pulling real numbers. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Peace and love.